All right, sweet. Hello. All right, we are going to do a 90-day success plan for Q3, which is freaking amazing. And since you are here live, I'm happy to answer any questions at all and to actually help you personalize this system that we're going to create, this plan that we're going to create. This is exactly how I plan out $100,000 and receive $100,000 per quarter these days, and how you can actually hit 30 to 100K, if not more, in the next 90 days. So again, just really quickly, kind of before we dive into this, I'm actually going to share my screen. I'm kind of excited that Facebook didn't work out because I get to share my screen and we can kind of dive into this together. I can answer your questions. We can do some open coaching at the end. We'll hammer through this, and I'd really love to hold you guys accountable to seeing your end result of your plan, so you know step by step what you need to do, etc. But if you did not know this, I am starting a 10K accelerator program that is designed to help you hit an additional 10K or more in 6 weeks. So if you were like, I need more info on that, I'm really ready to accelerate my income, you can go ahead and comment in the chat or send me a message with the word accelerator, and I can give you all the details. I know Janice is signed up. Emily is my client. They could probably tell you all the good things about working with me. But happy Wednesday. So usually we do free business coaching Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time in my Facebook group. Today, Facebook decided that was not on the agenda. So we are doing an evening adventure on Zoom, which I'm super excited about. If you have never been on a live before, I would love for you to just tell me that this is your first time. This is going to be really casual and interactive, so don't be afraid to say something or ask questions during this. But I'll introduce myself really quickly so you know who I am and what I can help you with, and then we'll kind of dive into the nitty-gritty. But I am Brooke Allison. Hello. I am a multiple six-figure mind shift expert and achievement strategist. So I help ambitious entrepreneurs like yourself actually scale to 6 figures, sometimes 6 figures in 6 months, even, and actually hit consistent $10,000 to $30,000 cash months every single month by generating and creating a business and a mindset that is fiercely unstoppable. And I just had a new client sign up, so that's super exciting. So we're going to celebrate that just temporarily. We'll do a little happy dance and everything too, because I want that to be for you as well. Oh, we got some people in the waiting room. Let's go ahead and get them in here. So I am actually certified in 5 different fields. In fact, a master certification. Hi, Stephanie. Stephanie is one of my clients as well. Hello. It says Imla Ray. What's your first name? Let me know. And you can put it in the chat. But I am a master practitioner in NLP, EFT, hypnosis. I'm a master hypnotherapist, time techniques, and more. And I work with men and women to rewire their unconscious awareness and rewire their unconscious mind, basically, so we can activate your energy and you can make as much money as you want. Having a step-by-step plan, like through energy activation, courageous confidence, and proven strategies, your success is inevitable. So I'm excited that you are here. Those of you who are here, we can actually personalize this. And like I said, if you have questions, don't be afraid to stop me. Don't be afraid to raise your hand. I really want to make this open-ended and personalized for you. We can kind of do some open coaching. And next week, I know we're going to be talking about a lot of awesome things, but I can't even believe that half the year is over. Is anybody in disbelief like I am? I am like, what the heck just happened to Q1 and Q2? So I figured making a Q3 plan, especially if you're dedicated, is everybody shooting towards 6 figures this year, if not more than that? Tell me, you can either voice it or you can tell me in the chat as well. What are you working on? Because you can still hit 6 figures in 6 months. That is absolutely possible for you. You can even hit 6 figures in 3 months. And so we're going to map it out today. We're going to map out the quarter, but you could do the same process for the rest of the year, as well as for Q4, but we'll probably do another one of these maybe for Q4 as well. But tell me in the chat, or unmute yourself, it's totally fine too. But, oh, I was just reading. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. All right, so Q3. I want you to kind of like think about this. So Q3 is July, August, and September. July, August, and September. So it's going to be fall before we know it. The leaves are going to change before we know it. And we're going to feel some cool air coming in. I want you to tell me in the comments, in the chat box, what would make you feel like $1 million if you hit it in the next 3 months. So what do you actually really want to run after in the next 3 months? What do you actually want to accomplish in the next 3 months? What is that instant gut reaction? So you could have instantly said something monetary, is like a monetary goal, or you could have instantly said, you know what, X amount of clients, or I really want to accomplish this thing, or I really want to buy this thing. What is that for you? What is that for you? And if you already know, you can go ahead and unmute yourself too, and feel free to share as well. Stephanie said 50,000, so 100K for the rest of the year. So you're shooting for 6 figures in 6 months. Of course. Super excited to help you make that happen. I'm so pumped. Anyone else? Ooh, do you guys hear that thunder? It all of a sudden just started storming us. Okay, cool. I was like, I don't know how good this system is. This is a brand new computer. Okay, but think about it, you guys, and tell me, you guys, I do want this to be interactive. That's why we're on Zoom. It is like a private coaching call for you guys. So what do you want to achieve in the next 3 months? What would make you feel like $1 million when you hit this? Because tonight, this training, it's about reigniting your vision. It is about reigniting your mission, because this is your time. And I have to be honest with you, there is still plenty of time to make magic happen. There is no amount of time too small to make massive things come to fruition. No amount of time too small. So once we have that goal, we're going to be breaking it into lots of different things. But let's figure out quarter three success plan. And so what we're going to do is your goals. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen so we can kind of do this together. All right, we'll do this one. Okay. Oh, where'd you guys go? All right, sweet. We're over here. Okay. Let me minimize this a little bit. All right. You should be able to see my screen, and you should be able to see me. And then let me actually pull the chat up too. Here we go. Just so I can have the chat over here. Perfect. Okay. Anybody else want to share their goal for the next 3 months? Because we're going to make a 90-day success plan for you guys. So what do you want to accomplish? What would make you feel like $1 million? July, August, September. I want you to dream big. So that's really what we need to identify. It's like, what do you want to accomplish by September? Like I said, you can do this for the next 2 quarters if you want. But today we're just going to focus on the 90-day success plan. So the very first thing we need to identify is what. So like the what do I want? What do I want? What do I really, really want? Emily said to book 3 clients in my new one-on-one program. So you have to start with your desires and your goals that you have for your business and yourself. Because when you do this later on and you actually map this out, I want you to keep it going like, what else? What else? What else? What else? I want you to be that like 2-year-old that keeps asking why. Well, why? And you're just like, keep going with yourself. What else? What else? What else? What else? So let's spitball this. You guys, I'm here to do this with you. Personalized support. What do you want? So we got 50K, 100K for the rest of the year, 3 clients in my new program. Amazing. What else? So it's gonna be your desires for your life too. It's gonna be your desires for anything. What else? Unmute yourself. Talk to me. If not, we'll continue with the training, but I would love to do this with you guys. So we want to really make sure we're writing it all down with the intention towards hitting these goals, working less than 6 hours a day max. And I would be even more specific, Stephanie, and make sure you say like Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday. Q4, I want Fridays off. Perfect. You read my mind. That's how we know we're in sync, because I know we work together. So she's like, I know what she's about to say. That's funny. I really want to dream big. I love 8 clients. Cool. Easy. All right. Janice said, I'd love 5 one-on-one clients per month, no more than working 4 days a week. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So when you do this yourself, and when you guys decide to maybe take the evening or take the last few days, I really want you to get even deeper. So when I started the year, when I started this year and I do this every year, I do this every quarter, And sometimes I do it again for each half of the year too. So I do this and I'll think about everything I want in depth. So I might do something along the lines of the debt I want to pay off. How much debt in the next 3 months would I like to pay off? What big projects do I want to get done? So my clients know that I teach them the time-saving to-do list. So sometimes some of those things are important, but they're just not urgent. So they're not on the thing that I get done every single day. They're on the back burner of these big projects I'd like to get done in the future. So for example, tomorrow, you guys, we get to celebrate my brand new website. It's going to blow your socks off. A lot of you guys are like, well, I love your website as it is. And I was like, well, you're going to be mind blown because it looks a million times even more amazing. So that should be ready tomorrow. I'll definitely make sure I celebrate it with you guys. But that was a project I wanted to accomplish. So in the next few months, I know I'm launching different things. So like I would put in the things that I'm launching in here. I would put in maybe an intention of one of these months, I'm hitting minimally 50,000 in cash just in 1 month. Right. So I'll put those intentions in here. I'll put a little bit more detail of what I actually desire. Maybe I'll put the number of dates I want to go on, right? Because I'm a single woman looking to mingle. And so maybe I'll put the lifestyle that I want to, the number of dates. If I want to go shopping and buy anything, if I want to go to the spa, I'll put that in here. So we're going to identify what all do you actually want? What all do you actually want? And we're going to write down all the things that you desire. And then once we write down all the things you desire and really build that up, think about all the things you want to manifest. On the second sheet of paper, I want you to write down on the other side what thoughts come up that counteract you having that desire. So I like to do 2 separate sheets of paper, especially because I don't really want my negative thoughts, my negative feelings to actually come up right aligned and right next to my desires. I don't want them to be seen by my unconscious mind as paired together. Does that make sense? So, hello, whoever just popped on, say hi. Okay, so we're figuring out what you want. What else? If you're dreaming big in the next 3 months, knowing that you can easily receive as much as you want on a separate sheet of paper, it's okay, Alicia, we're happy you're here. We haven't really gotten that far. You can kind of follow along. So if you want to tell me, Alicia, and you can voice out loud too, I'm happy for you guys to be connected here. What do you want to accomplish in the next 3 months? If you were dreaming really, really big, what would make you feel like $1 million? And when you do this on your own, this own exercise, you're going to go deeper, 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 deeper. So think about your debt. Think about what you want to do with your life. Maybe you want to lose a certain amount of pounds. Like, I don't know, maybe you want to release some weight. Maybe you want to read every single day. Let's say you want to read a book in the next 3 months. What do you really want? And then when you do this, the biggest way to find and identify your own personal blocks that is keeping you stuck in the position you're at right now is to dream and then have the separate sheet of paper and instantly write down the thoughts that come out that counteract you having this desire. So Emily, I'm going to pick on you because your instant gut reaction was like, I'd like to have 3 clients in the next 3 months. But then you're like, well, if I was dreaming big, I'd actually say 8. So was there any instant counteracting belief systems that came up when you said 8?
A little bit, like that's a lot.
Okay, that's a lot. Okay.
Because we were talking about this before, like how many calls I'd have. There's just a lot of work to make it happen. And so the negative side of me thinks that's not very fun. Like it's fun, but it's just,
Okay, so it doesn't sound very fun. Yeah. So could you imagine if your belief system is like, well, that doesn't really sound very fun. Do you think you're actually going to do the work that would be needed and feel energetically aligned with actually citing 8 clients? So that's why we're trying to identify this. So Alicia said, hitting my income goal, that is my goal for the next 3 months. Girl, we gotta get way more specific. What specifically is your income goal? because that's like me saying, hey, Alicia, can you go make me a sandwich? You know, or like me ordering pizza and then not giving them my address. Okay. And be like, where's my pizza? You know what I mean? I wanted the pizza. I ordered the pizza, but it's not here. We got to get really specific and we got to get really clear. Okay. So what else? We're going to do the next section is the negative thoughts. So like, what are the things that come up that counteract you having that thing? As soon as you wrote down your desire, and this is gonna be really good, maybe listen to some really peaceful or calming music or just something that amps you up. You know what? Pay attention. I would do pen to paper, honestly, and I would just let it all out. What do I want? And then have that separate sheet of paper and instantly write down all the negative Nancy thoughts or the just anything that pops up that's like, ooh, because we have to identify the blocks that this is what's your old belief systems that are kind of keeping you in that stuck moment from actually ascending, from actually achieving what you actually desire. And so your goal is going to feel really hard. It's going to feel like a lot of work. It's going to feel like it's not fun. And I want things to feel fun and easy for you. Don't you agree? You can type fun and easy if you do agree in the chat. So, all right. So we're going to identify what we want. We're going to identify the negative thoughts and belief systems I would do on a separate page. Okay. On a separate page. And when it comes to the deep rooted emotional belief systems, that's actually what I do with my clients. They can talk, you know, I know Stephanie and Emily are both here. They can actually tell you about it too. But we come together, we utilize my mastery, like psychology skills and my subconscious rewiring system. And I help you completely remove like mental obstacles. So that is what we do on a personal level. So again, like if you are looking for that 10K increase and you are really ready to do that in the next 6 weeks, I want you to make sure you message me the word accelerator, or else comment the word accelerator and I'll reach out to you later. But really right now, I just want you to identify what your blocks is, because this is going to help you become more self-aware. Just really make sure you listen to yourself. All right. So what we have so far, we have all the things you want to accomplish, in the next 90 days. We have the negative thoughts that have come up. Okay. Now we're going to map out the actual investment. Okay. So the next thing is the investment. Now you can do this in one of two ways. Number one, you can do this in going from big number to narrowing it down small, where the money is going to go. So let's say, go from big to small. And what I mean by that is, let's say your goal is, let's just say it's 50K. I'm going to do easy math. Okay. So let's say it's 30K for the quarter. For that 30K, you can break it down from there, or you can break it down each month, or you do both, honestly. So 30K, you would go from 30K and all the things you know you're going to pay for. So what is 3 months of your mortgage or your rent? What is 3 months of your credit card bill? What is 3 months of your insurance bill? What is 3 months of this? And you break it all the way down to small. So maybe you say, okay, I want $5,000 or $2,000 of this $30,000 I'm going to earn. That's going to go towards debt. I'm going to take 5,000 of that and I'm going to put that into savings account. I'm going to take 6,000 of that and I'm going to invest it into Brooke. Wink, wink. But something like that, right? So like whatever that is for you. So you can go from the big number, the big vision, and then bring it down small. But we want this to bottom out at 0. Now, when I say this, people often get really confused and they think that I mean you're going to spend all $30,000 of this. But remember, I did say if you want some of this to go into savings, some of that goes to savings. Okay. So you have that intention there. If you want 10,000 of this to stay in your checking account, then you have it listed as 10,000 in my checking account. So that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is coming into all of these things that you want and then looking up the amount it would cost for you to receive that thing. So, so basically it's like small to big. So looking pricing of what you want and how much each will cost. Now, the cool thing about doing it that way, depends on how your brain works, okay? But the cool thing about doing it that way is what you'll do is you'll actually make sure that when you really dream, the number is aligned with what you actually want. So how much do each of these things cost? Let's say you want to take a trip in the next 3 months. How much does that dream trip cost? Let's say you want to hire your new dream team member. How much does that cost? Let's say you want to go, splurge and buy a Louis Vuitton purse and we can go shopping. How much is that going to cost? Let's say you want to go, get bi-weekly pedicures every month. Well, how much, or every week or whatever that is. How much is that going to cost? Maybe you say you want to put money towards a down payment. Okay, well, how much is that going to cost? Okay, maybe you have new monthly bills that you would like to start paying for, especially during the summer. Maybe you have summer things you want to do. Well, how much is that going to cost? Weekly massages, how much is that going to cost? So all of that needs to go into your desire. So think about the different spokes of life. That's another thing that maybe we can do in here is like, what is most important to you? What do you value? What do you love to spend money on? That's a fun one. What do you want to buy next? Just like, frankly, ask yourself something like that. Those are just some good questions to maybe ponder. Let's do this. If you received 100K right now, where would you spend it? Because that will kind of tell you like where you really want this money to go. What would you go do? If I just handed you $100,000 cash and I was like, here's your check. What would you do? Hi, Rachel. Saw you jump on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi. Is it Rhiannon? Rhiannon? Oh, she can't hear me yet. Can you hear me now? Is it Rhiannon? How do I say your name? Oh, shoot, I can't hear her. Is it just me or can you guys hear her? No? Okay. Okay. See if you can figure out your audio. I don't know. But hello. All right, you guys, we're just kind of going through this. So we'll recap here shortly, but you can kind of follow along. And then we're going to open up for Q&A and everything too. But basically, we kind of have gotten to the point where we've got more people in the waiting room. All right, let me admit everybody. Do we have any questions about anything we talked about so far? Hello, Laura. Hi. She can't hear me yet either. Nobody can hear me. Nikki. Hi, Laura. Oh, I'll say hi to people once they're done. Okay. Hi, Laura. Hi, Nikki. All right. So let's recap and then we can open up for Q&A so far, but I just want to make sure this investment part makes a lot of sense because this is really important. This is actually one of my favorite like money expanding exercises, especially if you're trying to get into a next level of wealth, a next level of receiving. Okay, so what we've done so far is we kind of zoned in on the next 90 days. The next 90 days in quarter 3 is July, August, September. What do I want to achieve in the next 3 months? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Remembering what are the spokes of life that are really important to you? What do you value? What do you love spending money on? What do you want to buy? What do you want to save for? How do you want to celebrate? What would you want to do if you literally had your biggest dream? And so then we talked to Emily, and you guys can watch that in the replay if you were just jumping on. But we talked about how Emily, her first goal that came up was like, well, I'd like to sign 3 clients in the next 3 months. And then she was like, well, if I was dreaming big, like I'm kind of lying to myself. I actually would really want to sign 8 clients. And then we talked about, okay, well, what is that negative thought? What is that thought that counteracts you actually receiving and having your desires? And this is the best way to figure out what's blocking you. And usually it's like your old belief patterns that are just kind of showing up in that moment of trying to keep you safe as you're about to expand. And so then once we kind of have that, and like I said, I would put that on a separate sheet of paper. And that way you can rewire those, or you can rip that up later and do some kind of a ritual with it. Like I love doing money rituals with my clients. I'm super excited. We're about to do one in July. It's gonna be so much fun. But then we're gonna kind of identify the investment. So we said we're gonna do one of 2 ways. So when we talk about those 2 ways, put in the chat, which one are you gonna do? Are you going to go from the big numerical number and bring it down to 0? Or are you going to identify what each little thing that you want to buy is going to cost and go up to make sure it aligns? Tell me what you're going to do.
Hello?
Rhiannon, yes. Is that how you say your name?
Yes.
Perfect. It's working. All right, sweet. Welcome to the party. Hello, Laura. Hello, Nikki. All right, so I'm going to just mute you temporarily, but feel free if you guys have questions and just let me know what you guys are going to do. So Stephanie said, we love seeing your cat. Don't even worry about it. So she's going to do big to small. Perfect. And then what I would do though, like even deeper when you do it on your own, Stephanie. So like your bills, let's actually like, where is each of that 30K actually going to go? So like each little section, like this is going to this credit card. I would do very specific, like, okay, I need to pay $500 on my Capital One credit card. I need to pay this on my other credit card. So just get as specific as possible. Janice is going to do the big to small. Okay, cool. Alicia's going to do the small to big. I love it. You know what? And I maybe even challenge you to do both and see like which one feels best for you and which one challenges you a little bit more. But the point of this is instead of just being generalized is we want to make sure our money has an intention. Our money has a purpose. It has room. It has a place to go. It has a place for growth. Because money needs and desires that intention. It deserves that place. And once you receive that big goal in the next 3 months, what are you going to spend it on? Where is it going to go? Down to every single penny. What would you use it for? So how are we doing so far? I know some of you just jumped in. What questions do we have? Are we feeling good? We did steps 1 through 3 so far. So we got number 1, we're going to figure out all the things you want. We got number 2, just figuring out what are the holdbacks? What are the blocks? What are the thoughts that are actually keeping you from receiving those things with ease and flow? When you think about what you want, what comes up that says, ugh! Or, oh, that doesn't seem possible. That seems hard. Rhiannon, go ahead and you can unmute yourself if you want and ask your question. Or I can unmute you. There we go.
I don't know how to create webinars. I don't know how to host. I don't know how to create webinars, and that's a big step I need to overcome because if I want to launch my business, I need to do webinars and advertisements and build.
Okay. Well, you know what? I would love to kind of discuss that at the end because it's not really about the training that we're doing right now. So we can kind of open up for like overall Q&A at the very end. So I'm going to put a little comment in the chat about webinars and we'll kind of figure out what you do a little bit later. So we'll just kind of put a pin in that for now. And then we'll, at the very end of this, the success plan, we'll open up for open Q&A for a little bit. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect, of course. Does anybody have any questions about these 3 steps so far? So then we've kind of mapped out the investment very, very specifically of what we need to do. Are we feeling good? Do we have any questions? Because the fourth thing is kind of like the step-by-step process. Okay. So the fourth situation here is we're going to actually dive into the clients and customers. This is where a lot of the strategy is going to come into place. So in the next 3 months, to help me personalize this for each of you, you guys, it would really be helpful if you told me the number, like the amount of cash you would like to receive in the next 3 months. And then we need to identify the clients and customers. How many clients do you want in the next 3 months? That's what we need to identify next. So who wants to give me an example? How many customers do you desire? How many clients do you want? How many can you actually take on? I can give you guys an example if we need to. Because you need to make sure that your price point actually aligns with the income level that you desire in the next 3 months and make sure that there's no wish-washiness there. Nikki said it 80K in the next 3 months. Perfect. Love it. All right. So let's do you, Nikki, since you're offering. Do you want to come on off mute?
Sure. Yeah.
Hi. Okay. Miss Nikki. Okay. So 80K in the next 3 months. How many clients do you want?
Um.
Just gut reaction.
In the next 3 months, 30.
Okay. What do you do?
So I do brand development for women entrepreneurs. So I kind of like help them to build out their authentic stories, and we do it through strengths and kind of back to your story
Awesome.
exercises.
Do you do done for you services, or is that coaching and consulting?
It is consulting. So we
Okay.
work together for, it's a single offer. It's 4,970, and we work together for 3 days, but it's 2 hours per day.
Okay. So this is good. The 3-day intensive, the idea of 4,009. Girl, how do you say that number? That is a mouthful, and I think we need to change it today because that is a mouthful of a number. Let me get my calculator out. So let's look at this. All right. So 80,000.
Yeah.
So divided by 4,790. So actually, this doesn't align at all. So the cool thing is you only need 16 clients, 16.7. So let's say 17 clients at this
Okay.
point. That's all you need. Yep.
16. Okay.
We'll just say 17. I'm not going to make you get a half of a client. So we'll say 17. We need 17 clients, but this is good to recognize. Okay. And also, can you take on, so that, let's divide that. Let me do this. Hold on. 17 divided by 3. So that would end up being, so 5 to 6 clients per month. So do you see how I'm doing that there? So I'm starting with a big number. We're breaking it down into monthly. So now we need only 5 to 6 clients per month. Okay, no big deal. How do you feel about 5 to 6 clients per month? Is that something that you feel like you can accomplish, or do you feel like you're like, I don't even know?
Yeah, no, that would be beautiful.
Okay, so that's something that, have you done that before?
I have done that.
Okay, cool. Perfect. So we know we can do it again and again, and again, and again. So all you need is 5 to 6 clients per month to get to 80K. Now we're going to break this down even further, and then we can do even more examples.
Sure.
But what we're going to be doing here pretty soon is we're going to actually dive in even deeper in number 5 and create a monthly game plan for you guys. So why don't we go ahead and see if anybody else wants to go, but this is for Nikki, and I'm going to keep your name over here. It's 2Ks, right? Yeah, perfect. Nikki, I'll keep your notes right here. And then number 5 will come back to you, and then we'll break it down even further into like a monthly game plan. Sounds good?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, Laura, do you want to go? You said 30. Do you want to come off mute? Maybe.
Yes. Hi.
Hi. Okay, so 30K is the goal. How many clients do you want to sign? What's the gut reaction?
My gut says like 10.
Okay, sweet. What do you do?
I'm a holistic health coach for women with reproductive health issues.
I love it. Okay. What is your signature offer?
I'm launching this new program. It's called the Endo Relieved specifically for endometriosis.
Okay. How long is it and how much is it?
So it's an 8-week program for $14.97.
Okay. And is it a group? I'm assuming. Oops, we got somebody that way.
Actually it was one-on-one, but if it's better to do as a group, I'll take advice on that.
Okay, we can talk about that later too. So, okay, one-on-one. So what's one-on-one? Let me go ahead and put that in there. 8 weeks one-on-one. I'm not mad about that. But we just got to make sure it makes sense with the timing that you have too. How big is your audience right now?
I go off of my email list is around 500.
Do you have Facebook and Instagram presence as well?
I do. I have around 1,700 people on Instagram, but I can't say that they're the most engaged.
Okay. All right. So wait, I did that wrong. All right. Let me get my brain on straight and do math properly. Okay, so we're really off a lot on our goal. Okay, we're in the opposite direction that Nikki was in. So the
Okay.
30,000, you said you wanted 10 clients. To get here, you would actually have to have 20 clients. Okay.
Okay.
So that would be 6 to 7 clients per month. How do you feel about that? Can you take on? So this is what you need to think about too, because the system that you have right now is in a one-on-one setting. So neither we need two options. We either need a way more higher ticket opportunity. We need to turn this into a group opportunity. But the problem is one person does not make a group. So you have to have enough people to make a group. Or we probably need some different tiers in your product funnel. That's honestly what needs to happen here. Because here's the problem. If we need, let's just pretend we have 7. So if we need 7 clients a month, so this is like month 1. All right, well, we need another 7. Well, here's the problem. Right here, this is a 2-month opportunity. At this point, we're at 14 one-on-one clients. If you offer weekly calls, that is 14 hours just right there. And what I really like to teach my clients is making 6 figures in less than 20 hours a week. So that means you have 14 of yours just going to your clients, not to mention how many clients does it take, or how many sales calls does it take to actually sign another 7 clients that you'd have to do with the leftover time that you have. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see where we're running into a problem? Basically,
Yeah.
for the rest of your life with this program, you would have to have 14 one-on-one clients at all moments forever, just to hit 10K per month. And hey, well, I was talking to someone earlier, one of my new clients, I was talking to them earlier, and I was like, listen, once you hit 10K per month, it's really not enough, because you know you want to expand even further. You know you're meant for even more. And when you really break it down, it's not really where you deserve to be. We want to get you to the point where you're actually having profit be 6 figures, not just the gross. So does this eye open you a little bit, Laura? Does it maybe help you think about, well, if this is possible, you want to have 14 one-on-one clients, absolutely, hell yeah, do it. But I could see that we could run into a problem here pretty quickly.
Yeah, this is really helpful. Thank you.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Maybe think about what else you might want to offer, and or we can switch it up a little bit. Like when I do the year one with my clients, we actually look at their entire product funnel and we break it into how many clients we want of each category to make sure it goes to the, so like my goal this year was $500,000. So I broke down every single clientele and in which area I want to see more clients in and what that looks like. Okay. So I mean, obviously it changes over the year because things ebbs and flows, but yeah. Okay. Hopefully this was a little bit eye-opening for you, Laura, and we can come back on number 5 and come back. Do we want to do one more example? And then we can move on to number 5. Does this make sense, everyone? Does anybody have any questions about this? Do you see how we're kind of like either busting through some belief systems, or we're like, oh shoot, I'm nowhere near what I thought I was in? And then, or you're like, oh, that's way less clients than I thought I had to make. I know you have your hand raised. Do you want to go ahead and come on, Rhiannon? Is it about this? Yeah, let me unmute you.
I am in the process of having a business, and I'm creating a website right now.
Sweet.
And I need to, my goal revenue is about 20 to 30K per month.
Okay.
For 3 months or something. And I teach
hold on, pause. For 3 months total, or 20 to 30,000 per month?
3 months total.
Okay, so all right, 20 to 30K for the 90 days, right?
And I teach people how to lose, gain, and maintain their weight, including children.
Awesome.
And I was wondering how many people I need to sign.
Yeah, let's look at this. Do you have an idea? I know you're kind of just getting started out, but let's look at this. So, how do I spell your name? Let me pull over your. I don't know why it doesn't show me. It's R.
Just call me Ree, R-E-E.
All right, perfect, Ree. Love it. All right. So do you already have your programs mapped out?
Yes.
Okay. Give me like the one you really want to sell.
My weight loss for women.
Okay. And then how much is it and how long is it?
It is about 500 a month because you also get a fitness program and
500
nutrition.
per month. Do you actually profit all of that? Like, does that all come to you?
Yes, but I haven't signed. I have a client that owes me 10 grand.
Okay. Yeah, that's a
Which
other situation. So we'll kind of move over that. All right, sweet. So 500 per month. So let's see how many clients you would need to sign to be able to get to 20 to 30,000 in full by the end of 3 months. So in quarter 3. Okay. So 500 per month. So that'd be 1,500 for the whole thing. Okay. Is it how many days, how long is the program?
it can be a month, 6 months, or 12.
Which one would you rather sell? What is the best transformation for your client? And also, hi, Brittany. I want to say hi to you.
1 month for 500.
Okay. So you're already going to run into problems if you're going to really focus on that. Okay. Because my goal is to always help people make, well, multiple 6 figures, but also have consistent income. It is not fun to be on the financial roller coaster, and it is not fun to stress about money, and it is not fun to be in that place where you're like, I have to sign clients this month. I don't even know. I want to get people to the point where their base revenue is minimally 5-10K a month. They know for the next 6 months, they have 5 to 10,000 coming in without even lifting their finger. Okay. So with that said, you're going to have some issues, but let's just look to see how many clients you would need to sign. So 20,000 divided by 3 would be 6,000 and some change divided by 500. You would have to sign 13 to 14 clients per month. So again, just kind of like what we had with Laura here, even though it's a little bit different because we won't end up but you'd have to have 14 clients basically at all moments in time, every single month, forever.
What advice would you give me?
Well, I mean, personally, we would need to look at your business a little bit deeper, but my advice would be to sell maybe something a little bit more higher ticket, or something that maybe isn't a one-on-one. So if you put it into a group setting, 14 clients really isn't that big of a deal. But with you just starting, I know that wasn't my goal. I mean, I'm all for sky's the limit. My story was I signed my first 2 private clients in my 6th week of business. And then I think I had about 20,000 in 2 months. I hit my first $17,000 cash month in my 7th month of business. And then I went back down, fought back down. So I did all the things that I ideally hope you guys don't have to go through. So we really want to create like a longer program, maybe with a little bit more of a, so like maybe the in full is a better price, or they could do 500 a month if that's where you feel really good about. But if you have a longer program, then you know you're making 500 every single month forever. Because what I know to be true about weight loss is we don't just learn from you from 1 month and lose the weight we want to lose.
Well, really, I want to get them to sign up for a year is ultimately the goal.
In which case, that would probably be even better. So maybe I would package this offer in a way that feels like a hell yes for you, but also a hell yes for them. So that's something that Emily and I were just talking to. We had a private one-on-one chat, and we were just talking about that, about like how could you make that 1 year offer amazing, so incredibly amazing that it's just such a no-brainer. So in which case, obviously the pay in full would probably be a different pricing too. So 5,000 times 12, that'd be 6,000. So maybe you do 5,000 in full if this pricing feels good to you.
Yeah.
In full, excuse me, then or it can be, or it's 500 per month for 12 months, right? So then if you think about it, like let's say your goal is to get to $8,000 cash month, which is about the 6-figure salary. So if we divide that by 500, that means, I mean, that's still a bit of a stretch, but if it's a group setting, it'd be even better. All you would need is 16 clients at all moments, but not 16 new clients forever. Does that make sense? Like you would only have 16 clients consecutively paying you for the whole year.
But I just don't know how to advertise or
Totally.
anything to
I
get them.
I totally get it, Ree. We'll try to open up for Q&A once we're done with like the format here. I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas and some examples of what we're doing for this 90-day success plan. Okay, so let's put a pin in that, but let's keep this idea, because I think this feels a lot better than trying to sign 14 new clients every single month for the rest of your life, because that gives me a lot of anxiety and I'm like, oh Lordy, right? So
Yes,
I don't want that for you either.
silly.
Okay. All right. So we're going to put a pin in this for a little bit, Ree. And then I know, Brittany, you have a question. Do you have an open coaching question that we need to put a pin in for now? Or do you want to ask about our success plan that we're making right now? Let me know. You can unmute yourself.
Oh, I can definitely wait
Okay.
once this session is over, like
Great.
what we're
Okay.
going over right now.
Cool. Basically, I just want to make sure that everybody, this makes sense. So let's just, okay, we went over what we want. We went over all the things that say we cannot have that thing that's in our head. We went all the negative thoughts, all the things that were like, oh, I don't think I could do that. Or, oh my God, I couldn't spend $5,000 on a purse. That would be crazy. Like I shouldn't spend that on, whatever. We went over how you're going to do the investment. So a lot of you, we had mixed, reviews here. Some of you were going to do the big to small. Some of you were going to do the small to big. And then we needed to figure out clients. So we're just making sure this all makes sense. So let's go ahead and go into step number 5. So then this is where we kind of go into a monthly game plan. So this is kind of where we go into a little bit more of the strategic action, and each of your actions plans are going to be way different. But this is how we kind of get into, okay, how many clients do we need? And so we kind of already did that because I kind of just like went through this process as if we were doing it live. So how many clients each month? Now, what I would also do in this section here with the things that you desire, do each month milestones, or like step by step. How do I want to say this? Basically what I'm trying to say is you want to break it down. So let's say like your goal was that you want to pay in 3 months $2,000 off on your debt. Well, let's break it down into each monthly activity. So step-by-step monthly activities. Okay. So if I can spell. Oh, there we go. All right. So like, let me go. So the example is so $2,000 for towards financial freedom. I like that better. Financial freedom, which means that each month, the milestone for that for the quarter is like, this is a terrible number, 66, we'll do 667, 667 per month. That's the goal. Now, I mean, you might get to the point where you just pay all 2,000 off at once, but you can break each down into monthly things. We good there? So some of you guys already know the monthly clients. So Nikki was at the 5 to 6 clients a month. Laura, we kind of showed you, you might be rethinking, but basically you were at 7 clients a month. And then we realized that you kind of would cap out real quick. And then really, this could be like, this is 16 overall, but this could end up piling on each other. So you might only need 1 to 2 clients per month with this. And then they pile on, and then you'll have that full year eventually. But the goal is to get 16 as quickly as possible in this 1-year program. So that's what we do. So number 6, what we do here next. The other thing I want to say with number 5, actually, in the monthly game plan, what I want you to think about is some journaling around this before we kind of dive into the more so like even more detailed game plan of like, okay, how is this actually going to happen? Is like, what key things do I need in place to allow this to happen easily and effortlessly? Okay, what key things do I need to have in place? So for example, do I need a strategy with a coach, right? Hire Brooke. just gonna keep doing that. Emily's like, yes. Okay, so like utilize Facebook better. So maybe, who was I talking to? Laura, I think. You were saying that like you have an email list and you have a little bit on Instagram, but maybe you need to utilize Facebook better. Maybe you need to do more sales calls. Maybe you need to work on your close rate. Maybe you need to put some systems in place. Do you get what I'm saying? So you're just kind of going to brainstorm, what key things do you need to allow this to happen? And then we need to identify your close rate to get to this next step, number 6. Who has no idea how to identify their close rate? Just be honest. Do you know what your close rate is? Yes or no? Brittany, go ahead and say, you can speak up. Brittany says no. Okay. Okay. I just want to see where we're at.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure with you,
Yeah.
They're just not talking about it.
Yeah, I definitely don't know. So
Okay, Alicia said I have no idea. You guys, this is why you are probably in a place strategic wise that you're like, okay, like I know what I want. I know I want to sign X amount of clients, but how do I even sign that clients? This is how we kind of create like a formula for you. I've never heard of this phrase before. Alicia, it's okay. All right. I don't think I made it up, but sometimes I forget what I make up and then what I like. Sometimes I have so many little nuggets that I tweaked it in my own brain and called it something that I wanted to call it. So your close rate. Okay, so how we identify your close rate. Okay, ideally, this is gonna be hard. So you're just starting. You're not gonna know what your close rate is. So I'm gonna make sure you give yourself enough grace and time to learn and really get good at sales. But ideally, so I'll put ideally, the ideal scenario is that you can look back at your last 3 months of sales conversations. And then you need the number of people who bought. Okay. So how many sales conversations have you had? Ideally, calls. But if you're really good at selling in the DMs, that's also acceptable. But it's not just you conversating in the DMs. This is you actually giving your offer in the DMs. Do you see the difference? You're actually selling. So I do this off of sales calls because I help my clients increase their close rate to at least a 50% close rate. But we need to identify what this is for you. So once you have this, you divide people who bought divided by the number of calls had, which equals close rate. It will equal a percentage. Are we clear? So you're gonna probably go do some research. I would say on average, most people who are semi-good at sales, most people are actually at like a 25% close rate. Some people are going to be at a 10% close rate. So which means that like 1 in 10 buy. This would mean that 1 in 5 buy. Let me just make sure that math is right, but I'm pretty sure that is. So like 1 divided by 5. That's actually 20. So it's like 20%. So I would, yeah, it's about that, like 25, 20, 25. Okay. Yeah. All right. So once you identify this, you can actually know exactly how many conversations you need to have to hit your goal every step of the way. So my close rate, you guys, is up to 80%. And I would love to teach you the exact strategies that I use to do that. If you guys know you're struggling with this and you're ready for 6 figures in 6 months and you are ready for $10,000 to $30,000 cash months consistently, I need you to like DM me like ASAP on Facebook or Instagram, however you found me, hello. Or you can comment in here if you, I am starting a 10K accelerator next month. The whole focus is helping you get to 10K in 6 weeks. So if you want info on that, you can put accelerator in here and we'll figure out how to reach out to you after. Or if you know you want to jump on the phone privately and really create like a strategic plan, I just need to make sure you're a good fit for that. But you can put call in the comments. On the calls that I do, we go over 3 main things. We go over the biggest thing that's blocking your success, and it's the most vital thing we need to address for you to really accelerate your business. Okay. Number 2, what we're going to go over is we're going to go over step by step what you need to work on next. I'm going to point out exactly your biggest gaps that is keeping you from your next $10,000. And then number 3, I'll give you the 3 things you must have in place in order to scale to 6 figures. Okay. So that's, if you want a call, go ahead and put that down. And what I'll have you do is, can you guys go, what I want you to do, actually, you know what, let me do this. If you know you want to call or you want information on the accelerator, I want you to go ahead and message me on this link. It'll take you straight to my business messenger, and then put call in that message like right now, because otherwise this is going to disappear. And then I'm going to be like, no, just in case we get like anything. We'll have the replay. So you guys will have the replay in here. It's actually going to go in the Facebook group. Is everybody in my Facebook group, Fiercely Unstoppable Entrepreneurs? The replay will be in there. And then I can put this underneath it somewhere. Absolutely. That's no big deal. Well, but you'll have the replay, so you can kind of just follow along. Okay, but if you can message me in that link right there, click it, and then type call if you want to call. Some of you message me privately here. And then if you want access to the information for the accelerator, put accelerator in those messages. So that way we can get off of Zoom. All right, close rate. So then we need to identify how many calls do I need. So let's personalize this. Nikki, do you know your close rate?
So I've been running a beta.
Okay. When you say beta, give me your exact words of what your beta means.
So I used to have an advertising agency, and we had services, many services, and we worked on client retainers. I have closed down that agency, and I now have a single offer. And so just for proof of concept, I created the offer, and then I started to sell the offer to see if it was a minimal viable product. And so I have done, I don't know, 20 something people now with that beta offer, that initial offer.
How much was the offer?
The offer, it started out at $29.70. And then it moved up to $39.70.
Okay. And you said you had 20 people?
Yeah, I had 20 people.
Okay. And then how many conversations, how many calls did you have to do to get those 20 people? Do you know?
So what happened was I already had an audience with my ad agency.
Yeah.
And so those were like easy calls. Like those are just.
Okay. Okay. So this may correlate, but give yourself some wiggle room in case it doesn't. Okay. So we're gonna pretend.
Sure.
Would you say like 1 and 2 people bought? So maybe you did 40 conversations, or do you think it was even less than that?
I would probably say maybe to 25 people, and 20 people bought.
Okay, so that's an extremely high close rate, but that is awesome. And like you said, you already had a hot audience, so like that is totally feasible. But this is really cool. We're gonna show you. So we would take 20 divided by 25 equals. So you have an 80% close rate. Woo, woo, welcome to the club, girl. All right, so 80% close rate. So this is where it gets a little bit challenging of figuring out like backwards with 80%. It's a little bit high, but let's just pretend you have a 50% close rate.
Sure, okay.
We're going to give you some wiggle room.
Okay.
And we may identify later that with a cold audience, they don't know you enough. I don't know, right? I'm not sure. So we'll see what happens. Okay. So 5 to 6 clients. So let's say you would need 10 to 12 calls per month.
Wow. Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah. I mean, I hate cold calls, but yeah, that makes sense.
What do you hate about them?
I just don't like to be like gross and slimy, and I've been in a
Girl,
couple.
we need to rewire your mind because we got to get on the phone. All right, go message me right now and put call in there, and we'll chat. Okay. Here's the deal: you are serving so much, and like clearly, this people want this. Like you are going to be doing a disservice if you do not actually get this out into the world and give it to people, offer it to people. So there's definitely just some internal shifts that we need to just kind of like. It's this stuff all up in here. Whatever was in here, right here, that goes on your list. I don't want to be slimy, salesy. So we have to identify kind of where that came from. It's probably a timeline technique, and we can remove it from your internal timeline in literally 5 minutes. Okay. So no matter what, sales are salesy, just like chairs are chairsy and friends are friendly. It's just a description of what they are. Phones are phonesy and glasses are glassesy. Cups are cupsy, right? We're on Zoom. We're being very Zoomsy right now. It's just a descriptive. So we just kind of have to change your viewpoint on how you think about it. But this is nothing. What I would do if I were you, my strategic plan for this was I would book. What I would do if I were you, this would be my plan, is I would focus on 15 calls. I would focus on booking one per day, booked one per day for the first 15 days or for the first 3 weeks, right? Because 5 days. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would readjust at the 15th and just see, where am I at? Do I need to accelerate? Do I need to do even more? Or did I already hit it? Where am I at? Okay. That's what I would do. And let's get on the phone and rewire, figure out what the hell's going on about your mindset around sales. And also let's make sales fun. I mean, you don't have to do sales calls. You might have a high enough close rate where we could talk about like high ticket sales in the DMs and stuff. But I really like to make sure we get my clients to a point where they're at a minimally a 50% close rate all the time before we kind of venture into, because like sales are the same, but like I love getting money on the phone, like right away. Like I want you to have that confidence that it's like, boom, got the sale, like done. I had 2 people sign up today and it happened right away. There was no wishy-washy. There was no, I don't really know where they stand. There was no, well, I think they're going to sign up. I'm not sure. There was nothing like that. It was just like, it is what it is. And so I like to do it it's not a sleazy way at all. And they know that there's no pressure. I think there's just maybe some of the things you were taught, and I really want to allow you and give you permission to release some of the things that did not feel good and allow a way of thinking around sales to come in. So one step at a time, we just have to really identify what that belief system is around money so we can really remove that. Cool. All right, Miss Laura, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
How are you feeling about these 6 to 7 clients?
I think it's doable.
Totally. Of course it's doable. I just want to make sure you're not going to have a heart attack at 14 clients every time. So you might want to do a group or something, okay? Or higher ticket at some point as well. So let's just keep going with what we've got, okay? Do you know your close rate, or do you need to go identify it, or do you want to do our average?
I haven't closed anyone yet, so I don't.
Okay.
I guess I'll go with the average.
Let's do the average. So we'll do a wiggle room in between the two. So 6, you guys, I should be able to easy math this. All right, what is that? 35? Help. 35 and 35 to what's 7 times 5? Oh my God, I need to go back to math school. Anybody know?
Isn't that 35?
Is that 35?
30 to 35, yeah.
All right. You guys. This is doable. Okay, so 35. Let's go ahead and so there's about 30 days in, so it's basically a call per day, but we have weekends. So 30 days, so let's minus 8 divided by 35. Oh wait, that did not, hold on, minus 8. So 30, I did not do that math right. Divided, so that was 22 days. So 35 divided by 22. So you need to book 1 to 2 calls per day, Monday through Friday. That should be your focus.
Okay.
Okay. that is at the rate of a 20% close rate. So I don't know. We'll find out. Let's keep this the goal though,
Okay.
and then we can identify later. Okay. Okay. 20%, 1 in 5 people buying, I think is about average. Yeah. Even in my network marketing company, that was about average too, about people signing up for the business plan. About 1 in 5. I think it really depends on how good people are at sales. I'm gonna be honest with you. So yeah. All right, sweet. And it looks like Ree checked out, no problem. Anybody else want to do this before we move on? Yay, nay. All right, moving on. Okay, so the question is that you need to identify, and when we work together, we can make a whole plan. That's what Emily and I kind of did earlier. So how will I book these calls each week? So you would be like, or each day. So I would brainstorm. I like to do the 10-way rule. What are 10 ways I can make this goal happen? Start brainstorming. Of course, when we work together, we partner together, I give you guys literally so many tools and strategies, like even a workbook. Miss Janice has a workbook of how to book 10 to 50 calls per week. I give you like 30 places of how you could book calls. She's actually one of my accelerator clients. And of course, my 6-figure girls have those too. So now we're going to break it down. And we kind of already started doing that, okay, into weekly and daily goals. So weekly and daily goals. Okay, I'm just going to start singing to you. Would you count it the same if calculating group and one-on-one? Absolutely, especially if it's high ticket. And if you're going to be doing sales calls with it, 100%, it doesn't really matter. I would count it the same. Yeah. Okay. So knowing, this is where I get in the really fun part. So you're going to ask yourself these questions. So you know how many calls you need to book or how many sales conversations you need to have, depending on how you were choosing to sell. Knowing that at 3 months, I'm going to be here, which again, that's up here. All the things you want, all the things you want to buy, all the things you want to do. Knowing that that's where I want to be, where do I need to be in 6 weeks to hit my 3-month goal? Okay. And then where do I need to be in 1 month to hit my 6-week goal? Just break it down. Where do I need to be? Where do I need to be? What about 2 weeks? 2 weeks to hit the 1 month goal. Where do I need to be next week to hit the 2-week goal? Obviously, you're going to take some time and fill this out, okay? And then where do I need to be tomorrow, end of day, to hit the 1 week goal? So you're going to break it down. This is actually really, really, really fun to do when you do the entire year, because it starts at this big audacious year and you're like, how am I going to do that? You're like, what in the world? I'm supposed to do that? And you break it down and you're like, oh, I can do that. Easy. Okay. Well, okay. So tomorrow, my first step by the end of the day is I'm getting these things done to set me up to win next week. So you're going to break it down into bite-sized chunks, understanding that is 1 step at a time. So you have a clear path of what needs to happen. What needs to happen? What's going to get me there? What's going to get me there? So this is how we go from these audacious goals. We had 80K in the next 3 months. We had 50K in the next 3 months. We had a 30K in the next 3 months. We had 20 to 30,000 in the next 3 months. We had 8 clients in the next 3 months. We had different goals, right? You guys have your goals. If you haven't told me yet, I'm still all ears. You haven't told me your goal yet. But what is your goal? And we're going to break it down step by step. So if you guys know, we're going to open up for questions first about this process, and then we can kind of open up for a little bit, maybe for the next like 15 minutes. But I'm here for you. So I hope you had fun. Was this helpful? Can you guys let me know that this was helpful, that this was something that you're excited to do? Because obviously you guys still have to go do some work, okay? I really want you to dream on this area. Really allow yourself to dream there. And we break it down step by step because I'm so sick of people not having a plan. I like to help people make as much money as they want, having a step-by-step plan. I turn the lights on in the dark tunnel so you don't have to do that. You don't have to do this alone. So again, you guys, if you want personalized feedback on exactly how to hit 10, 30, I mean, even $50,000 cash every single month, I want you to message me immediately right here. Oh shit, I copied something else. Let me go copy my message. Message me on my business page. I will look at it tonight. Message me on my business page right now. Type the words call, C-A-L-L. And if you already know that you want a 6-figure, like literally you're ready to accelerate, you're so ready for that, and you want like a 10K income boost in the next 6 weeks, you can message me the word accelerator to learn about my accelerated program. But there's no need you need to do this alone. I'm here every step of the way. And my goal is that we actually get your close rate up to where Nikki is. I do want to make sure, Nikki, that you really take notes the next 3 to 6 months, though, just to identify and make sure that this is really your normal. I love it if it is. And I would actually, if you really don't like sales calls, we could totally kind of talk about how you could do a couple different strategies. But I like to get my clients at least minimally to 50 to 80% close rate. That's the goal. So I'm here to help. Who has questions? Brittany?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
go
I
ahead.
have a question. So I have a product-based company
Okay.
and we operate more so like a B2B system, business to business.
Okay.
And but we do work with customers where they can purchase from our website.
I'm going to
So
stop sharing. Is everybody good if I stop sharing the screen so I can just come to faces? Okay. Cool. All right. Real quick. Okay. Go ahead.
So I'm trying to see how can this plan work when you are a product-based. but
Totally.
not-
Do you sell packages or do you sell just bits of products?
I do bundle like packages and I
Okay.
also do just products as well.
Perfect. Same thing. So it actually really aligns quite well. So what is like your biggest package?
So my biggest package, let me see, because we just updated our stuff. I think it's 175. Hold on for a second.
Is that one time?
One time?
Here's the
Well,
deal.
you
My
pay that-
very
you pay
first,
that repeatedly.
okay, you pay that every single month then. It's recurring.
So like for instance, when you go to the store, let me sell shop. You pay.
What do you sell?
I sell aromatherapy blends.
Okay, perfect. We were talking on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. It's all coming back. It's all coming back. You guys, I hurt my knee yesterday, like really bad, like so much that I might have to go to the doctor and figure out if I need to go to the emergency room or something. So I haven't been able to get into my DMs or any of my messages and catch up on anybody because I've, when you have an accident, that's okay. I'm just like a little crippled. And then Facebook decided it didn't want to allow me to go live today. I am blocked on Facebook. Don't know what's going on there. Send some good energy. That's what we need. That's what we need. We need the good energy. So this can work with products. So aromatherapy. And so wait. You're selling to businesses.
So when we're selling to customers, they purchase our highest like purchase item is 150, excuse me. But when we sell to businesses, that can range between $2,000 to $3,000. And so
Yeah, absolutely.
depending on what they get. So I'm trying to figure out how do we continue to use what your plan is to our business owners repeatedly.
Do they pay you that $2,000 every single month?
Yes. So they
Okay.
order
Or I
large.
wasn't sure if it was a bulk order and then that's just, they pay for that and then they come back to you. But is it an every
do it
month
again.
payment? Okay. Yeah. So basically it is the same thing. So we would identify 2 separate close opportunities here. So you would identify what your close rate is when it comes to talking to businesses. How many businesses do you need to speak with? How many people do you need to talk to actually close the deal?
Okay.
So we find out your close rate there. Same thing with customers. How many customers do you need to talk to about your products to actually make the sale? So it's just a little bit of different verbiage, but you're still finding out that percentage. So then you know specifically how many people you need to speak to about the thing that you're trying to do to get to the income you need to get to. So we do this like when we partner together, and we do like even the bigger one. We create your whole entire product funnel. So you would have actually 2 separate product funnels and product, for each different customer, each different clientele. So then that's how we break it down, is once we know that close rate, how many people you actually need to speak to. Well, if you know that's how many people you need to speak to sell to, well, how many people do you need to get each week, each month, looking at you to even have that sales opportunity?
Exactly.
So that's where we work backwards.
Okay.
We worked from the big picture, we went down, and then we go from, down back to up, and then we go back from down, up to down again. That's kind of what we did in this process.
Okay. And I think this is great that I got on today.
Yeah.
When we have a workshop, and I'm learning about the evergreen.
Yeah.
Where it pays for itself. So we definitely need to talk because.
Yeah. Let's, did you message me? Well, you can message me on Instagram. We already have a message going, but I just wanted to make sure. It was just easy. The easiest way for me is to put that one link, because it's
you're totally fine.
But just message me on Instagram, and then we can go ahead and schedule a time to kind of jump on the phone, and everything too. I do think the 10K Accelerator might be a really awesome idea for you, and we can chit chat about that as well. But I think that really what's cool too is you have a really beautiful opportunity to kind of blend products with coaching as well.
Yeah, so that's what I think.
And then that can be a higher ticket item as well. And so there's so much we could do here with this business. My first business was products. But I'll tell you that consumers, they'll spend a lot of money. So I used to, and especially the best kind of products you can sell are consumable products. They end. But you need to be encouraging people all the ways that you can use them, because I gotta be honest with you, I love essential oils. I use them every day, but they last so long too, which is great, but also so you want to make a plan with them. So we just have to map all of that out and what that looks like, so we can identify how we can get them on a rotation or a recurring revenue, but also create a package. So create a package to where maybe they're spending $1,000 right up front, and then every 3 months they're spending $1,000 or something like that. So we got to dive in way deeper than we can get here for me to actually look at your business to help you kind of make a plan. I'm not just a coach, you guys. I don't consider myself just a coach. A coach, all they do is they ask you questions, and you come up with what you need to make it happen. I am a consultant, so I'm always buzzing with ideas. Remind me to send you the video from Casey. Casey has a similar business, different, but she did products, and we kind of brought it online and everything too. And so she sent me a video testimonial, and it just so aligned with where you are. And I think you're really going to love it.
Okay, perfect. So I'm excited.
Do
you
me too.
do funnels too?
I do almost everything, but I don't teach you guys. What I do is I specialize in helping entrepreneurs scale their income. Okay. So we're talking 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, and everything too, and really hitting minimally $10,000 to $30,000 cash months. Okay. I do this by helping you guys build a strategic plan, as well as the business and the mindset that's fiercely unstoppable. Like I said, I am a master practitioner in NLP, EFT. I'm a master hypnotherapist. I help you rewire your entire unconscious so you see success faster. I specialize in these moments of those holy shit, that just happened moments. Oh my God, that just happened. What? Oh my God, that just happened. Those moments, that's what we help facilitate for you faster. And so eventually we then work on collapsing time. So if you're in 6 figures in a year, then we go to 6 figures in 6 months, and then 6 figures in a quarter, and then 6 figures in a month, and we focus on kind of bringing that in. So I like to help you guys make as much money as you want, but I want you to have that step-by-step plan, because honestly, one of the biggest issues I see with people trying to scale is they don't know their next step, and they're not selling enough that actually allows them to scale easier. And if you don't know how to generate income and clients and demand right now, that is a huge problem, and we got to talk about that. Okay. That is one of the biggest things you need to really scale your business. So lots to talk about. But that's kind of what I do. And you guys, I do have a podcast. If you've never heard my podcast, it's actually pretty popular. It's called Fiercely Unstoppable. And then hopefully you guys are all in the Facebook group. If you're not, bit.ly. Usually we do this in the Facebook group, but I don't know why Facebook hates me so much. Just copy that, Fiercely Unstoppable. Yeah, that should take you straight to my Facebook group if you guys are not in there already. Cool. Do you have any other questions, Brittany?
Nope, that was
For
it.
now.
Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead and message me on Instagram, and then we'll chit chat from here, okay? Does anybody else have any questions? Alicia said, I'm so excited. Thank you. You're welcome, Alicia. Nikki said this is helpful. Okay, cool. All right. Alicia's like, I need to go do this. Okay. Brittany, I'm going to go ahead and lower your hand. And then Laura, come on on. Come on on.
Hi.
Hi.
So I just have a really I think this is like a larger question
Okay.
but I think that for me, so you were saying that for my package, I might have to like do a larger ticket item. But I find that
just because of 14 clients forever all the time, it's like 14 hours a week, not to mention everything else. I mean, it's doable. How much do you want to hustle? You know, that's all I'm asking.
right. So I just find that whenever I get on a call with somebody, and I say $14.97, that's where I lose them. Like for them, I think it's a little too pricey.
Okay. So what I would need to do, Laura, if we ever decide to partner together, what I would do is I would ask you to record some of your sales conversations so I can watch them. Because I need to see there's probably a disconnect somewhere in your script, and you're probably not identifying exactly why they need this now. And so it's a messaging issue around how you speak about your offer and probably how you presented the opportunity in the first place. So there's what's probably happening is like you have a general idea. How many sales calls are you getting on? Or we haven't sent a client at all, but how many calls have you gotten on?
I've only had one client this month.
Right. How many? Oh, one call. Okay. Well, that's the problem. Okay. We cannot judge off of one call. How many people have you talked to about the $14.97 offer?
So the only way that I ever even get an opportunity to do that is I do webinars, like a couple times
so
a
you're
month.
trying to sell from the webinar. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I love, how long have you been doing this business?
A year.
Okay. It's about time that we make some changes. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've learned a lot. I'm a big rule breaker. I take what people kind of morph and plan, and I'm like, I'm going to make this unique for me. That's why all my client strategies are very unique, because there's a lot of things that really, really work. So I want you to do the things that really, really work, but there's also so much flexibility in what really works. And so something that you may want to try is maybe doing a free webinar and leading them to a call instead, because you want to use the law of reciprocity. So I would need to identify, I don't know what's going on for you, but what I can guess is that it's a messaging issue with how you present the offer in the first place. Number one. Number two, it's a messaging issue when you actually present the offer, like when you actually get on the sale, like when you're in the sale. And we're probably not uncovering their pain enough. And that could be because we haven't had enough calls to really identify how we need to speak about it in a way that actually speaks like, oh man, I feel like you're speaking like, yeah, that's exactly what I need. Like we need to get them to a point where they're like, yeah, I need this more than ever. I need to figure this out right now. And that is probably coming from multiple of your activities. I don't know enough about what you got going on. So something that I know though, when people come to me, they're doing a lot of attraction activities, but they're not doing enough generating activities. And that's where the disconnect becomes a lot as well. So we probably need to do a whole audit of your business right now. You said you got the email list, you got some people in there. Do you have a Facebook group or anything that you're the expert in?
I have a Facebook group I just started.
Okay, great. So we're making strides. How are people finding you to get on a call with you right now?
Just through the webinars that I host online.
And so you're selling the product, but then you're also offering a call. Is that what you're doing? You're selling the offer.
So the webinars are like informational on a specific topic, so health related. And then the last 10 minutes, I'm projecting the offer and, you know, telling them to get on a call with me. And that's where I'll get maybe a couple of people. And then from there, I guess it's not enough people that I'm actually talking to, but by the time I always notice that by the time I give them the actual number, that's where I lose them. Like they'll say, oh, okay, I'll get back to you. And then I never hear back from them.
So if I were you, I would get really curious and see how many, like, what are the actual numbers? So like how many people have actually gone through this webinar? How many people have actually signed up? How many people have actually come live? How many people have actually gotten far enough to actually get to the sale, right? To get to the call? Am I actually doing a whole funnel to get people into the call afterwards? I don't really love the strategy of webinar to sale. That is not what I teach my clients at all whatsoever. I like to use and utilize the law of reciprocity. So the law of reciprocity states on a psychological level, if I give you something, you are on a psychologically level, like inclined to give me something in return. It's so much easier for people to say yes to you. So you want to make your call an opportunity for them to be like, oh my God, I really need that. And then it's like you're giving them something on the call, and then it's just this natural like flow. So I don't know specifically what needs to shift. I do know something needs to shift. So I mean, did you message me to get up? Did you message me to get on a call with me privately like next week?
No, not yet.
Okay. If you're interested, I would definitely do that. If I were to say anything, I bet you it's your messaging too. And also making sure, the last little tidbit I'll give you is making sure the transformation is really clear on, like, if you're going to keep going with the webinar route, on the webinar. What is the transformation that they know they want? Not what you know they want or what you know they need. It's what they know they want consciously. Because a lot of times, really what we allow transformation wise is so much deeper than what they know they want, but they don't know they want that thing. So we just have to really hone in on that big transformation that they really desire. Okay, lots of different things. Those are my thoughts right now. So I hope that was, do you have any other questions?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. But definitely kind of look at your messaging too. And you might want to get on even more calls and even more, even some market research calls, just to make sure your messaging is aligned too.
Okay.
Who else has questions? Do you have any other questions? Cool. Hi, Kim. I know you jumped in late. How are you? All right. Well, this was good. We'll get the replay up. Hopefully I'll do a watch party to it. Hopefully I'll be out of Facebook jail tomorrow. I don't know what's going on, why it's mad at me. But that's what I got for you guys today. Map out your 90-day success plan. Super excited for you. It's going to be amazing. Every step of the way. Just remember, we all started somewhere. We all started at one moment, and anything is possible. You guys, if I can go from food stamps 4 years ago to over $500,000, you can too, 100%. But just know sometimes on our own, we see things, not even sometimes. So what happens is we see things through our own box, our own lens. And what my job is with my mind techniques is I actually help you break open that box and see all the different opportunities to actually succeed. So I just want you to allow yourself to get rid of the rules, allow yourself to identify what are those core things that are kind of keeping me in a mindset level stuck. And is it something that I can remove myself, or do I need help kind of shifting through that? What are all the ways that you can see this success? What are all the ways this could come together for you? So maybe it's not just the program that we talked about, but it's a different offer. What would make it even more exciting? If this is fun and easy, what would it look like? How many hours do I want to work? How many clients do I want to have? Investigate this and really dive in and have fun with this. I hope you enjoyed today. I'm glad everybody was able to show up. This was totally impromptu last minute. So I think we had a really great turnout for it. But I love you guys. I believe in you. If you guys want to book a call with me, go make sure you message me the word call on any social media platform so we can really help you accelerate. And I will see you guys hopefully next week if my Facebook is fixed. Have fun. If you're in America, happy holidays. All right. See you guys. Bye.